Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. I'm your host, Cooley. Tonight, we will be doing some reactions and, we'll even open it up to open panel debate at some point. But we'll be reacting to Tyler Perry and then also Pastor Jamal Bryant, I believe his name is. And I'll give you my take and perspective on those two individuals and what's going on in the media right now. Let's hop into the intro. Let's go. And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long. Doing new things. Men are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. We are in competition. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here. We can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay though. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman. All right, ladies and gents, we are back. Welcome to No Fugazee Podcast. Tonight, random stream. I just hopped off of doing an interview with an individual and my stuff was already set up in the studio here. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and react to some content of stuff that's going on in media right now. So here I am. We'll also open it up to open panel debate. The link is in the description if anyone wants to come on up and debate me. I mean, it's a little random today. Nothing wasn't planned, so we probably won't have any individuals that comes in to debate, but hopefully so. Because I'm ready to obliterate anybody. All right, so without further ado, let's get into normal schedule programming. We got a few links in the description. Like I said, first link is gonna be to join the stream. Second link is going to be for the membership. If you like the podcast and you support the podcast, be a member, man. We got 3 tiers. First tier is Gang. Second tier is Hitman. Third tier is Mob Ties. You join any of those tiers, you get special privileges and accesses to me here at No Fugazee Podcast. And so join the membership if you want to support the stream. You can also support the stream just by clicking that like button, man. A like is free. So like the podcast, also subscribe if you aren't, and click the bell icon. The next link is going to be for the Clips channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the Clips channel, man. We have been posting clips on the Clips channel there daily. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and bring it up for you guys so y'all can go ahead and subscribe to the Clips channel right now. Why not just go ahead and subscribe to the Clips channel while we are live? Because, you guys be slacking, man. It's a easy step to do. So let me go ahead and share my screen and I'll show you guys how you can just easily subscribe. All right, so here's my screen currently right here. Let's go ahead and make this bigger and make myself smaller. There we go. All right, so the Clips channel, we are at 1,300 subscribers, and it's this one here. So if you go to the main channel, No Fugazee channel, you could get to it by scrolling down. You'll see the Clips channel, or you can just type in No Fugazee Clips. So if you click on here, it's No Fugazee Podcast Clips. So that's how you search it in the search engine. And as you see, we've been posting clips. Just posted a clip today, yesterday, the day before that, and been posting clips daily on there. So subscribe to the Clips channel, man. I'm trying to get this bigger. All right, and let's go ahead and stop sharing. So that's what you can do. That's going to be the second, that's going to be the third link in the YouTube description. The fourth link is going to be for one-on-one coaching. If anyone in here needs any coaching on masculinity, on dating and relationships, some couples coaching, media and marketing, if you want to know how to start up a podcast and the equipment and stuff that you need, go ahead and click the link for some coaching, and I got what you need. Other than that, the other links are all for the social media platforms. We have the Instagram, the X account, the TikTok, and the Facebook and the Instagram account. So go ahead and follow us on all other social media platforms if you aren't. And that's going to be all of the other links in the YouTube description. All right. So let me just make sure everything is good as far as audio. And yes, audio does look good on my end. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get into some stuff. So currently, I'm not sure if you guys seen Tyler Perry. He's gay. Homie is gay. And in the black community, a lot of people like, he does Medea. He does all of these shows where he dresses up like a woman. We not really sure. It was like questionable. Like, we not sure if this man is gay. But he's like doing all of these popular shows in the black community. Really, the type of men that watch Medea and Tyler Perry shows are normally women and gay men. Or if they're not gay, they're questionable men. Like, man, what you doing? I've never, ever watched any of Tyler Perry movies. I've seen Medea, like, when it's coming out and stuff, like little trailers of it. I was like, how can someone sit for 2.5 hours or 2 hours and watch this black man dressed up as a woman? It doesn't make any sense. And it's not even funny. So we're going to speak a little bit about what's going on with Tyler Perry. We're going to speak a little bit about the interview that Cam Newton had with, I think his name is Pastor Jamal Bryant. I do believe if I have that correct. We're going to speak about that because that was like some questionable things going on in that interview too. And then we're going to speak just openly in general about what's going on with the black agenda. What is going on with black people today? And why is it like all of this femininity that's going on in the black community? Like everything is so feminized and not rooted in any masculinity. So we're going to speak about that. I'm going to give you some of my perspectives on that. And we're going to react to some clips. Then I do have some clips that the members sent me as well. You know what? I think that's what I'll do first. So I'll create some suspense here, and I'll just react to some random two or three random clips that some supporters sent me that I didn't even look over yet. I'll give you my reactions on that first. So as people come in, and then, we'll go ahead and react to the main stuff. That's what we'll do. All right, everyone that's supporting right now, I see you in here. Let me go ahead and mod up. Wick Dreams in here. Wick Dream, shout out to you, man. Gonna go ahead and mod you up now and add as moderator. Standard moderator. Okay. You've elevated Wick Dreams to a mod. You've been elevated to mod level. Now, some of the things, you're a supporter of the channel. You've also joined the stream many times, so I trust you. We speak behind the scenes as well. But, if you got any haters in here, we can leave the haters in there. They want to talk junk. I don't care about the haters, right? But if they're going to spam, get them out. Get them up out of the chat, Wick Dreams. Get them up out of the chat. And I've also didn't make the chat to be subscriber mode only. Because you know what? I kind of like the haters to come on in and talk some smack. It's no Fugazee here, man. We like it all. But the spam? Nah, man. You can't be spamming the chat. Wick Dreams, get them up out of here. Let's see who else we can elevate the mod. Well, as things go on, as I see people supporting, we'll go ahead and add some other moderators in here as well. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some clips that some of the supporters sent me real quick. And then, as the stream goes on, we will get into the main event, the Tyler Perry and the Pastor Jamal Bryant clip. Okay, here we go. All right, so here's the first clip. And once again, chat, I did not review any of these clips here. So it's going to be all fresh off the top of the dome, which I normally do anyway, It's what I do. Let's see what we got. All right, so here's gonna be the first clip. What is this? Okay, here we go.
Find this?
Excuse you?
No, I'm saying like, where did you find this?
Man, on Facebook dating. Excuse you?
Oh, Facebook
Yeah,
dating. Oh, okay.
He's talking about some.
Wait. What do you like? Go? Is this a man?
Wait, what? What was they even saying, yo? I didn't even hear that. Why is both of them speaking weird? He said, where did you find this? And the guy says, well, Facebook dating, or that other woman guy says Facebook dating. Let's continue on.
Man?
Damn. I'm trans.
Oh, you're
I'm human.
Oh, you're trans. Okay.
I'm a human.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, woman, man. Don't matter. I'm a human. Feelings, emotions.
Yeah, you are. So you.
Look at this this man trying to justify him being a trans. Says, I'm a trans. I'm a human, man, woman, I'm human. Like, the fact that this is how you know what you're doing is wrong, right? If someone asks you a question and you get defensive and you try to make all of these justifications on things, obviously you know what you're doing is immoral and it's unnatural. As a man, why are you dressing up like a woman and trying to portray yourself as a woman, right? So then when another man asks you, well, ask that other man, is this a man? You have to try to justify, to make some excuse to say, I'm trans. And then you go to explain, I'm a human. Nigga, we all humans, but we know there's a difference between men and women, and you are a man. Don't say trans, you say you are a man. That's what you are. Let's continue on.
So what do you go by? Like, you go by. Damn.
Oh, dang. Homie. See, that's the thing. He's a Twitch streamer, Young Mooch, I believe the name is Young Mooch. I've seen some of his content, posted on social media before. Homie is funny. I'll definitely give him that. So shout out to you, Young Mooch. But the fact that this other man, so Young Mooch, he's in a mindset of thinking like, oh, let me be empathetic to this individual's life experience. So he allowed another man to put his finger on him. And the only reason why he didn't beat up this other man could be two reasons. Could be that, well, Young Mooch is probably a beta and soft, and he let another man touch him without actually doing anything back and beating that other man into a pulp, right? Or the other thing is that, he's being soft and empathetic to this man dressing like a woman, their life experience, this human experience, right? Either or, it's not a good look. So Young Mooch, shout out to you, but I highly doubt if this was another man touching you, you would have just totally let that brush you by. But let's see, I don't know. Maybe he may check this man-woman thing.
I'm just trying to, you went to man?
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't check it. So he just let this man touch him and walk away. Over here on this side of the internet, we don't play them games. You don't never let anyone touch you. I don't care if the man is dressing up like a child. You smack that man. I don't care if a man is dressing up like Barney. You chick and clap that man. You don't let no other man disrespect you like that. But what this man that considers himself a transgender and dresses like a woman, he created an inversion. And what happens is when you're a weak male, you appeal to the inversion that was created, right? So the inversion is, well, what's up is down, what's left is now right, what's wrong is now right. You get what I'm saying? So Young Mooch knows that it's wrong. I watched some of his content. I'm sure he's not with any of that stuff, right? But he just let it, didn't even pay it no mind. No, I would have beat that individual up. I don't care what you dressing up as. You getting chipped. You getting chipped over here. Let's continue on.
Oh, baby, yeah, I mean, shit. My God, you talking about some water, bro? Man, so
Wait. You went to man, nigga?
So it's not like that. It's like a woman is a woman.
Time out. Okay, so Young Mooch is now asking this man that was with that other man that's dressed like a woman, and he says, "Man, you into men? You into men, bro? Like, what's going on with you?" And currently, right now, the dude's body language, what is he trying to do? He's like, well, you know what you mean? Like, it ain't like that. So what he's doing, he's being on the defense. So think about what's natural and what's moral. If another man comes up to you while you with your lady, a real woman, and asks you, "Hey, you with a lady?" "Yeah, I'm with a lady." "You're not with a lady?" You get what I'm saying? It's a very quick, easy answer. You can answer that without trying to be defensive or make a justification to make something abnormal seem normal.
A person is a woman who appears to be a woman is the one who dressed like a woman.
King, that's a man, brother.
If you sleep with a woman,
She got balls.
I know, bro.
Yeah. So that's very funny. I hope y'all can hear it clearly too. He literally just said a person that dresses like a woman is a woman. A person that dresses like a man is a man. And then Young Mooch says, "Bro, that's a man. He got balls." The dude says, "Yeah, I know." Bro, you're gay. You're gay. Let's continue on.
I know.
But he looked like a woman.
It's just like
I'm no woman.
Good job, Young Mooch. Good job, because now you're correcting your language. You said she, and then you said no, he. Yeah, don't try to switch up the pronouns and be considerate to how they may feel. Nah, let that man know that you are a he. You will never be a she.
I don't have but I'm a human like you.
Yeah, of course.
Like him.
Yeah, fact.
And the crazy thing, why this man keeps on expressing that I'm a human like you. Like you. I'm human. My human experience. I'm human. Me no human. I'm human. Why this little sissy boy is doing this is because they're trying to justify why something is abnormal should be considered normal. So instead of speaking about the truth, well, you're a man and you're dressed like a woman, forget about the truth. I'm human. We're all alike. Forget about the truth. I'm human. We're all alike. No, we not alike. I'm not like you. Yeah, we human, but I'm not like you. You are a different type of human. You are a different type of human. Let's continue on.
So what? But you look like a. No, this is a boy.
I'm a boy.
This is a boy. This is a.
Okay, so that little that man, that she man over there, just called this little boy a girl, I guess, or a woman. And Young Mooch corrected, like, nah, this is a little boy. And look what this little boy has to see outside. A grown man dressed like a woman. This is disgusting. Like, this should be illegal. Illegal. Like, there's things that's illegal. You can't, like, urinate outside. You can't do that. It's public indecency. We have so many public indecency laws and stuff out there. It's like, oh, you can't show nudity. You can't even smash in a car. You can't even be pulled up in a parking lot and smash in your car. Heterosexual sex, you can't even do that because it's like, oh no, that's indecent. No public nudity and stuff like that. No, it's not good. It's not good. So we have some morality that's already built into societal norms, but with the whole LGBTQ movement and with feminism on the rise, well, guess what? It seems like we're very tolerant of this when we should be intolerant of this. Like, why would we tolerate drag queens? Come on, bro. You're trying to create some confusion, and you're not confusing no grown men, but what you will confuse is some young, innocent children. You know what I'm saying? Some young, innocent, naive children would be like, oh, well, you definitely have an Adam's apple and the voice of a man, but you're dressed like a woman. This is weird. And it can confuse the child's mind because they're not a full adult, which means that it can influence a child to believe something that's abnormal, and that child will consider it as normal, right? So, and natural as well. And also the natural disgust and repulsiveness that, you know, people naturally have by seeing a he, she walking around, as they keep seeing it, that repulsion would decrease, right? And then that's when things start to become normal and you start to accept and tolerate a lot of disgusting and immoral behavior. Let's continue on.
But look though.
You have to respect.
No, I respect it. I am respectful. I am.
No.
Yeah,
He say.
He is.
And the rest in the video, he say.
I was genuinely confused.
Who is? What the fuck? And I say, I'm a human.
No, I know.
Doesn't matter.
But I was respectful
so
though.
this is how it is.
Trans, gay boy.
If two neighbors say, hey, the sky is blue.
Yeah.
One neighbor said the sky is blue, and the other one says green.
Yeah.
And the neighbors having arguments like, okay, the sky is really blue, man.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like, it's not green. It's not.
Yeah.
What makes
We are on 2020.
What was that nigga just trying to justify? What? Homie is he's trying to justify him being gay, bro. Just own up to it. Like, man, tell the truth. You like men. It's that simple. He's trying to just, if someone says the sky is blue, right? But if someone says the sky is green, right? But you know it's blue. But someone says the sky is green, but you know it's blue. Nigga, that didn't even make no sense. Just be like, young mooch, I'm gay. Just say that, bro. Why are you trying to make some type of, give understanding out of something that's already understood, right? You're trying to create false understanding of something that's already understood.
Listen, let me finish the story. Let me finish the story.
No.
When it comes to the king, they said like, okay.
Now this nigga's talking about a king. When it comes to the king, first, bro, how many justifications homie gonna try to give? First he's talking about if the sky is blue, but you say it's green. Now he's talking about when it comes to a king, bro, just come out the closet and be like, just come out the closet, man. It's time to come out the closet.
This person thinks the sky is green, but we all know that the sky is blue.
He looks like a girl, you know?
So
So you're saying like you good with that.
And like him.
So what you into though? Like you into women or men?
I'm into women.
Oh.
Man, listen, man. Big L. What is homie talking about? Yo, be real. You into women or men? He says, I'm into women. But you're with a man. You match with a man on Facebook dating, and now you're taking this man out on a date. But you say you into women. That don't make no sense.
Okay, but you know this a man though.
Yeah, she looks like a woman though.
She do look like
He said, but you know this a man, right? Yeah, I know it's a man, But she looked like a woman though. What?
like a woman.
Just like a woman.
Yeah, type
So
shit.
it's just like.
Yo, his justification is this. Well, his reasoning of this, for him to say that he's into women, he's saying that, well, the sky is blue, but can I even try to help him out with that? The sky is blue versus sky is green. No, I don't know where the nigga was going with that. With the whole king thing, I don't know where he was going with any of it. But essentially what he's doing here is he's trying to say that she looks like she's a man. Well, he is a man, but this man looks like a woman. So since it looks like a woman, then it's okay for me to date. That's what he's saying, right? And no, bro, you're gay. You're gay. So let's just think about it. If you with a woman and your woman dresses up like a Pokemon, is she a Pokemon or a woman? She's not a Pokemon. You didn't just have sex with a real Pokemon. What you did have sex with was a real woman. That's what you had sex with, right? But he wants to live in la delusional land and say, well, she looked like a woman, even though she is a man, but she looked like a woman, so I'm actually with a woman. Nah, bruh, you dumb. You dumb. Let's keep going.
Like, man,
It's kind of like wearing a fake Gucci belt, but it's still Gucci though.
Yeah.
Yo, young mooch. Shout out to Young Mooch on that last one. You redeemed yourself a little bit, but you letting that man, she, he thing, woman hater thing touch your lip like that was OD, bro. Like, you probably got to get your lip checked out by having this toxic creature put their finger on your face and lip area, man. You should have beat the person up. But as far as you did come back, you came back with some good stuff, and you said that, it's kind of like having a Gucci belt, a fake Gucci belt. And homie admitted to it and said, yeah, it is kind of like having a fake Gucci belt. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You know why it isn't? It isn't even like having a fake Gucci belt. But that was funny, Young Mooch. And the reason why it's not like having a fake Gucci belt, because what the real Gucci belt and a fake Gucci belt have in common is that they can both be utilized for the same purposes. Whether if it's fake or real, you can still button up your pants to keep your pants up above your waist. The utility that the fake Gucci belt and the real Gucci belt, they have the same in common. Now, one may be pleather, one may be leather, so most likely the leather will outlast the pleather, right? But the utility is the same. So his correlation that he tried to map onto, well, a man that's dressed like a woman, it isn't a real woman, it's a fake woman. Nah, that doesn't map on perfectly, because the utility is different. The things that a man would, get out of a real woman, like children, a family, and, sex, not sodomy, right? Right? Heterosexual sex, not sodomy. You cannot get that out of a man dressing like a woman. So, and the list goes on. I can keep naming many, many other things that this man dressing like a woman can never do to become a real woman. He would never be able to bring the same utility that a real woman has. So Young Mooch, good try. It was funny, but not good enough. All right, let's get into another clip here. Oh, we got a lot of people in here supporting. Shout out to all the people in here supporting right now. Random stream tonight. I'm giving y'all a random stream. So I just came off of an interview with an individual that I thought would go a little longer, went a little shorter, a recorded interview. Hopefully they put out the full thing when they do put it out. Don't do any crazy edits on homie. But anyways, we got Glenn Lawrence Presents. He says, Cooley, let me help you with the translation. He just trying to say, hey, he just like dingling. That is facts. That is facts. We got word unboxings and $20. Shout outs to you. Sending in the big bucks. Fugazee. She says, and I do remember you too, by the way, and welcome to the membership. She says, me, who tells other women that trans women aren't women? They get pissed. I say, sorry, didn't know you were trans. They say, I'm not. Then I say, you're not what? You're not the thing you claim is just a woman? Crazy. That is true. And I like the way you put that too, is because when you ask someone, are you a woman? They dress like a woman, right? They dress like women. But when you ask them, well, are you a woman? They say, well, I'm a trans woman. Well, the reason why you have to put trans in front of woman, because you aren't actually a real woman, right? So there's no such thing as trans. There's men and there's women. And then there's people that have a mental illness and men dress like women, or women dress like men. Okay, let's continue on. We got Glenn Lawrence Presents, sends a $5. I wonder, would he getting into it and he has to move the pair of little coconuts to the side, does he still think he's with the woman? Oh, that's funny. So yeah, when he's getting into it and he has to move the balls to the side, does he still think he's getting it in with a woman? Yeah, man, those are, questions that I don't even think like that. Like that is not even where my mind goes. But I see some people are curious, like, come on, what's going on with you? But yeah, those are things that I don't even think about because it's filthy. It's filthy. Like, he's just gay. Submit it, bro. You're gay. And let's just unpack it a little bit more for you guys, right? Let's unpack it. Let me stop sharing. Actually, I keep it up for right now since we're speaking about it still. Let's unpack it a little bit more. So this man over here, right? This doofus right here. Is my cursor on it? Okay, now my cursor's on it. That doofus over there that's behind that he, she, man thing, he's making excuses so he can seem like a regular man, like a heterosexual man. This is why he was trying to make justifications for him, you know, being with that man that's dressed like a woman. And the thing is, if you want a real woman, you can just go out there and match with some real women on the dating app, just like as you match with this fake woman. And you can actually be dating what's real rather than what's trying to be real. An imitation, the matrix of what's you want to be real, right? So think about it. One, you could say, well, some men would say, well, he probably just don't got a lot of options, so he settled for this man that's dressed like a woman. That's a lie. He's gay. He's gay, right? And that's the thing. He was hoping that, you know, he can be out in public with this man that's dressed like a woman and no one wouldn't notice, right? Because he has same-sex attraction, right? He's attracted to men, so he wants to indulge. The thing is like, bro, if you're a heterosexual man or a homosexual man, you still got a lot of testosterone, 17 times more testosterone than women. So you are still horny just like a regular heterosexual man, right? But with that, you still want to try to, you know, act normal in society by being with a fake woman when you could have had a real woman and you're making excuses. So, bro, it's time to come out the closet. I don't know if you'll ever see this podcast, low homie, but come out the closet and just admit that you like men. You're gay. You're gay. It is what it is. All right. Anyways, let's move on. God dang. And one of the members sent me this. We already got stuff planned for Tyler Perry, which is gay. And then we were reacting. God dang, this is just a full gay conversation stream to debunk all the gayness out there. I guess so. Hopefully not. Let's see what this next clip is. Okay. Is it still sharing? Okay, it is still sharing. Good. All right, let's get into this next one.
But where did you come from? A woman. And they just need to realize that. People need to open their eyes.
Yeah. So when a woman is in the womb, do you think about her rights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think about the future. I think about just how it's taken us so long to get to this point, and we still don't.
Okay, it says, we didn't start fighting in 1840 to go backward in 2025. That's what her sign says. So this woman, this reporter right here, she's asking questions to the woman holding the stand, like, okay, you're speaking about women. Basically, yeah, you're a feminist, and you're for women's rights to protect women. And she asked a good question. What about the woman in the womb? Let's see.
We don't have the same freedom as a man. We still are more victimized than men, and it's just terrifying.
Those are lies.
So when you're thinking about women in the womb, do they deserve protection as well? Yes. So then are you pro-choice or are you pro-life?
I'm pro-choice.
Made her contradict herself mad quick. So when you're thinking about women in the womb, are you, with protecting women in the womb? She says yes. So are you pro-choice or pro-life? She says I'm pro-choice. Well, how are you pro-choice if you're in, you're also for protecting women in the womb. Let's see her justification for this.
Because it's
You said that you'd protect women in the womb.
yeah. Because if you are choosing to keep that child, then that is a life that is going to happen. That is a real life. If you don't want to choose to keep that life, then I don't think it's a real life. Because a fetus in the womb is a quote unquote.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
What's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, good. Listen to those grandmas over there. Listen to those grandmas. Shame on you. Shame on you.
This is a women's
laying
march.
a trap for her to answer a pro.
No, I'm just asking women questions. This is the women's march. We allow all different types of women.
I think that
You're not trying to prove a point.
Good job. Whoever this reporter is, she's doing a good job with, handling the rejections on this and handling the other women coming up and trying to accuse her of, trying to set this other girl up in a trap. She said, no, I'm not trying to set any traps at all. This is a woman's march and I am a woman. So, we're here for, you accept all different types of women, right? I'm sure that these women that's behind here would all be like, oh, a man. If a man thinks he's a woman and wants to be a woman, sure. So that's different types of women. But what they don't accept and what they don't like is if you don't agree with their beliefs. If you have a different perspective and a different worldview, then no, we don't tolerate you. We don't tolerate your different ideas. We don't tolerate your different perspectives and worldviews, right? We don't tolerate that, but we do tolerate if you do agree with us. So anyone that agrees with us, you're on our side. But if you disagree with us, then you're not on our side, despite if you're a woman or not.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you told me.
What if I was?
Nothing wrong. You told me. Because we were having a discussion and told you, are you... Okay.
What if
Look, she getting mad. You told me we were having a discussion. Yeah, so what? Shut up, stupid.
I am? Do you not believe in
Are you not
women
a
being
proud person
different?
that admits that?
That is facts. And they're not answering any of her questions. Like, I thought you were inclusive of all women. Do you not believe in women being different? Like I said, yeah, they do believe in women being different on the outside. But when it comes to what you think, they want everybody to think the same. And this is the thing, like the left, the Democrats, the liberals, the woke people, the feminists, they claim to be the tolerant party, the all-inclusive party. Well, we tolerate all different people, all different individuals. That's a lie. They only tolerate the people that think like them and share the same beliefs, right? The same indoctrination as them. Oh, if you're indoctrinated by feminism, if you're indoctrinated by the woke mindset, we don't care if you're purple, black, white, green, fat, skinny, tall, touch kids, LGBTQ. But as long as you think like us, then we're inclusive. We'll tolerate you. But guess what? If you don't think like us, even if you are a woman, even if you are black, we are intolerant of that, right? So they claim to be the all-inclusive party. They claim to be the party of, oh, we are empathetic and all of that. But it's a lie. It's all a lie, Chad. You've been duped. You've been lied to. It's a party. They're very intolerant. And I say all of this to say, to let you guys know that we are in a moral war. It's moral warfare in 2025. Moral warfare. Because when you peel the things back and you peel the beliefs, and when you get to the epistemology on why they claim to know certain things and all of that, right? When you get to epistemology, when you get to ethics, when you start speaking about metaphysics and all of that, well, normally these people, they share a certain set of beliefs, and normally they're atheists, or they're like, if they're not atheists, they're, what's the next one closest, well, the step above not believing in anything? What is it? I forgot what it's called. But anyways, yeah, they're normally atheists. They're secular type of individuals, right? So they believe that the Bible is oppressive, or if they do believe in the Bible, they take out all the masculinity and the patriarchy in the Bible. They act like that don't even exist in the Bible, and they'll only speak about the feminized. I mean, is there anything feminine about the Bible? There isn't anything feminine about the Bible, but they'll read it and feminize it themselves to believe that, oh yeah, women should be pastors, to believe that, oh yeah, women are equal to a man. They'll just go on all of these weird things and try to invert everything, bro. So it's a moral war. What we believe is immoral and wrong and bad, they actually believe that, no, it's right. No, it's good. Wait, what? Just because, anal sex, you can maybe get some pleasure out of that. Scientists say that the G-spot is in the anal, so they want to indulge in homosexuality just because it's there. And this is peel the layer back on all of this. You've never experienced it. So that means that someone had to tell you, right? For you to even have the inclination and the curiosity, right? Well, one, it would take an attraction. But then two, besides the attraction, someone would have to tell you about these things. So you've been influenced. Influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. So some way you've been influenced to think that, well, there's pleasure out of this, which is all hedonism, right? So hedonism is pleasure seeking. So we know on this side of the internet, if you are a Christian, if you have any type of faith, or if you're grounded in true morality and objective morality, you know that, well, pleasure seeking is selfish. Pleasure seeking is immoral, right? On this side of the internet, we preach to be selfless, right? And not to have all of this pride, even just the whole LGBTQ plus stuff, talking about pride and all of this. That's the opposite of the Bible. But then you'll go to a church and see an LGBTQ flag that says pride. What? In the Bible, pride is one of the worst sins. One of them. It's one of the worst sins. So it's it doesn't even make any sense, man. But anyways, we are in a moral war, ladies and gentlemen. A moral war. Moral warfare out here. We are against the people that think what's good and what's bad is opposite from what we think what good and what bad is. That's all it is when you truly get down to it. Because I have some of these debates with these feminists and stuff too. And, these atheists, even when I was debating Oliver, he thinks certain things that's good. It doesn't even make sense. Oh, well, yeah, a woman with a 100 body count, I don't see any, problem with that. I'll choose that woman. I'll choose that woman over the woman that has no bodies. What? Why would you? So then it's you get into a debate with these people, and right off the bat, you might as well just debate metaethics. You might as well go down that path, debate metaethics, and get down to morality, because you'll see that these people are just gross. Their moral compass is gross. But not only that, you'll know that they really wouldn't want the same. It's all fake too. It's nonsense. They really wouldn't want the same for their loved ones, because objective morality is true. So how you catch these liars in a lot of contradictions, you ask them questions by saying, okay, you're okay with being with a woman that has 50 bodies rather than a virgin, right? Oh, you're okay with that. What about your son? What would you tell your son to do? What would you prefer your son to date? They always say, well, I don't really care. It's the same. I don't really care. You're lying. 50 penises over no penises, it's the same? That's not even the same. It's not even the same. So they just lie, bro. They're liars. All right, let's move on to the next clip. And then we're going to get into the Tyler Perry clip, and then also the Pastor Jamal Bryant clip. So here's the next clip. Let's see what we got here. Hopefully it's a good one. Wait, we got some super chats. Let me get to those real quick. All right, we got And shout out to y'all for tuning in. Get the likes up too. Get the likes up for me. Don't be a ninja watcher. Okay, we got Glenn Lauren presents. He says, "Oh, in other news, I had Raphael on my podcast yesterday, and he got him to my okay. Oh, in other news, I had Raphael on my podcast yesterday and got him to be convinced to join our side and agree with my argument. Good job. Let's see what you said. Someone says, no way." I mean, if you did, go ahead and clip that up and put it out. It's easy. It's, you know, when you have someone like Oliver on, man, he's most likely gay. And if he isn't gay, then, bro, he just fully, you know, indoctrinated with feminism. But either way, good job. Shout out to you. We got word unboxings and $5. What's the best way to get rid of trans supports? Okay, female trans supports? Female fan supporters? I think that's what you mean. Okay, what's the best way to get rid of female trans supporters? Start calling the non-identity trans women trans. Let's see them embrace that title. Good job, Word Unbox. Good job. Yeah, I mean, if you just start calling them trans instead of trans woman, you know, that'd definitely help out. Or just altogether, forget that, man. We can make up a word right now for them. Let's just make up a word right now for them. Let's do it on the spot, right? Let's call them something. Call them something like, put it like this. Nigga, we was called niggas when it came to slavery. All right, we did. That was a name. We took that. We made it something. Our little own lingo as black people. Let's give them a derogatory name. We call white people crackers. We call Spanish people spics. We call all types of people some type of, you know, slur, right? Let's just give them a slur. Let's make it up right now. Why not? Probably get canceled on YouTube, but, you know, I'll be all right. I'll be back here tomorrow. Let me know what ideas you got for a slur for them, and I'll read it out loud. That should be a good one. All right, we got, okay, that was it for the super chats. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the next chat, the next clip here. Oh, no, let me not do that. That was the wrong one. Almost went out of the stream. Here we go. Oh, we got a Jesse Lee Peterson clip. All right. It says, pastors debate if the husband is the head of the household or head of the wife. All right, good. I wish I could make this bigger. Can I make it bigger on Instagram? No, Instagram is trash. I can't make it bigger. But you guys should still be able to hear it real good.
You agree that Maurice is the head of you?
He has been the head, and I put him there because I know my place, and I know where God has put me. And he is the head of the household, not the head of me. He's the head of the household. He's the one that will lead. And
so you see what she just did there. I don't know if you guys caught it, chat. Right? Jesse Lee Peterson asked her. See, I move quick. I'm always active listening. Jesse Lee Peterson asked her, "Is your husband ahead of you?" She said, "He's the head of the household. He's the head of this and this. He's the head of this, but he's not the head of me, but he's not the head of me." So she just admitted he is not the head of her, but he's the head of the household. Let's continue on.
God and protect and take care of the household for us.
So he's not the head of you.
Christ is the head of me.
Ah, you see that? Slick, right? So he's not the head of you. She said, Christ is the head of me. That's what she just said. And this is a pastor's wife speaking. So let's pull something up here, right? Let's pull something up. All right, let's see. So Corinthians 11:3 states, "But I want you to know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is man, and the head of Christ is God." So what is she speaking about when she says that, no, my husband isn't the head of me? Christ is the head of me. What she did there was created an inversion. She inverted it, right? So in Corinthians 11:3, it's laid out perfectly the order of things, right? But she twisted it and she said that the man isn't the head of me, Christ is the head of me. You get what I'm saying? And this is the thing. That's the spirit of Eve that's dwelling in this woman. The spirit of Satan. Satan. The spirit of Satan is dwelling in this pastor's wife, right? And think about this. The reason why it's the spirit of Eve is because that's what Eve did, right? God never spoke to Eve. God only spoke to Adam. The serpent came and said, you can be just like God, Eve, have the power of good and evil. Eve said, wait, I can be like God? I don't have to submit to my man? Oh, for sure. Let me go ahead and eat of this fruit. And then she went ahead and ate of the fruit because she wanted to be above the man and not subordinate to the man. She only wanted to be subordinate to God. But God laid down an order perfectly like, wait. You be subordinate to your husband as your husband is subordinate to Christ, as Christ is subordinate to God, right? That's the order. So this is pure evil. This is pure evil that you guys are witnessing, and we're going to continue on.
But your husband's supposed to be the head.
And he is the head of the household, and I follow him as he followed Christ, and my children follow.
So, and look how he's shaking his head. I follow him as he followed Christ. Well, that's a contradiction because you just said that the man isn't the head of you. You just said that Christ is the head of you. Let's continue on. But he's a doofus there, and he's like, yeah. Yeah, she said she follows me. Yes, she did. She didn't say that she's the head of me. Well, that I'm the head of her, but she said that she's followed me, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know, we came to some agreement, and by the night, I'm going to get me some of that too. This is a beta male. He's just compromising to the woman and appealing to the woman's way of crazy thinking so he can get vagina. This is what we call betas. This is what we call simps. This nigga is appealing to the woman's way of thinking, the woman's way of reasoning, the woman's way of logic, right? That's void of rationale. And he's appealing to that all because she has vagina in between her legs. Just read the Bible, nigga. And the thing is, he knows the Bible. But in his little simpish mind, he's like, Bible or vagina? Bible or vagina? I don't know. I choose vagina. That's what that simp is saying. Oh, man. Listen, bro, I need to interview one of these pastors because I'll put a beating on them. And I ain't even no biblical scholar, but listen, man, let me interview one of these feminist pastors. I will beat them with the Bible. Beat them up with the Bible. All right, let's continue on.
Us.
Right.
They follow us. We set the example.
So let me just ask, did you know you're not the head of your wife, but the house?
Oh, yes.
You knew that?
Jesse Lee Peter says, so you know you're not the head of your wife, just the house? The simp pastor says, oh, yeah, I knew I wasn't the head of her. I know I'm only the head of the house. Yeah, we know that you knew that.
But you just told me you're the head of your wife.
But this is the thing.
Oh, caught him, because he did say that. But you just told me you're the head of your wife. Jesse Lee Peterson like, wait, what's going on here? Now he's trying to justify it. Look, remember the previous clip that we watched of that gay individual trying to justify him out on a date with another man. Now it's the same nature. The nature is a feminine nature. The nature is the nature of the devil. It's evil. How do you say? Could we say feminine? Well, we can say that it's feminine because, yeah, that nigga is gay. We can say this is feminine because he's appealing to the woman, so he's not being masculine, he's being feminine. But it doesn't mean that femininity is evil. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want you guys to, misconstrue that. But that's the the difference there. But yeah, it's evil, man, what this homie is doing. Just like what the gay guy is doing, going out on a date with that other man. Homosexuality and this pastor appealing to his woman and pedestalizing the woman is evil. It's not of the Bible. It must be evil. I just read Corinthians, which verse was it? Corinthians 11:3. Okay, cool. Let's continue on.
The word. As the word kicking. That's why, brother, we got to keep the scripture.
Yeah. It
See,
has to be.
that's why. See,
But what does the scripture? Does the scripture say you're the head of your wife or you're the head of the house?
it says the man is the head.
Of what?
Okay, is the head basically over the church?
No. What did
the wife?
So
and
did the Bible say you're the head of your wife or the head of the house?
The head of the house.
No.
Yo, homie just lied. He literally just said the Bible says the man is the head of the wife and the head of the church. Then when Jesse Lee Peterson re-asked the question to get clarity, like, well, maybe you just spoke fast because you did say that the Bible says the man is the head of the wife and the head of the church, right? But that don't even make sense because it says the head of the church is God. I mean, the head of the church is Christ. So the things that he's saying right now is just stupid. But let's continue on. Now, men should be pastors, so men should be leading, the church. But that's different than the head.
The Bible doesn't say that?
Me included, the children.
No, but what does the Bible say?
He's the head.
Of what?
He's the head of the household.
The Bible doesn't say that.
What does it say?
Man is the head of his wife as Christ is the head of man.
That's fine.
But you guys saying that he's the head of the house. And you said he's not the head of you.
Well, the way you word it, but he's the head of the house in all of us.
But that's not
He
scripture, though.
leads us.
Good job, Jesse Lee Peterson. I haven't seen this clip before. It seems a little old too. Jesse Lee Peterson seems a little younger. I think homie like 80 right now. But maybe it's probably about a few years old. But good job with the questions because you're making them contradict themselves live right now. So this is good.
That doesn't work.
He leads us.
But why are you deviating from that one? And I'm asking because a lot of people want to know these things and they're having a rough time. And they are marrying women who will accept that he's the head of the house, but they won't accept he's the head of me.
Because they're not grounded.
Exactly.
We're grounded
But you're
in
not
Christ.
saying that. You're not saying he's the head of you.
We are grounded.
Yeah. Like Jesse Lee Peterson, good job. You caught them in many contradictions just by asking them questions that made them contradict themselves. And this pastor is being led by his wife. He's not being led by the God or the Holy Spirit or anything like that, right? So this man is a pastor of a church, but being led by his wife because he knows the Bible. And she knows the Bible, right? Because they just admitted to it. Jesse Lee Peterson made them admit that, no, in the Bible, it says that the man is the head of the woman, right? But how they try to create confusion is by saying, she said, well, it's words. No, it isn't words. The words is very clear. Words is very, very, very clear here. And there's many passages in the Bible that gives the order. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. That's the order, man. That is the order that always has been the order. That is the way of life. Let me give you guys another scripture here, right? So we got Corinthians 11, verses 8 through 9 states, man was not made for woman, but woman. I'm sorry, let me read that again. Man was not made from woman, but woman from man. Neither was man created for woman, but woman for man. So this means that the man was not created for the woman, but the woman for the man, which means the woman was created for the man. So the man is on the pedestal, not the woman. The woman is beneath the man, not the man beneath the woman, right? So, and think about why they said this in the Bible. Think about why these scriptures are in the Bible. Well, these scriptures are in the Bible because the Bible is a book of wisdom. And the Bible understands human nature to a degree that we are all trying to still comprehend. And it has many stories within this book that exposes human nature all the time, right? So it tells you this so you won't be led astray. So if you are hearing some information, you have a book to go back that's rooted in objective truth that you can look at and say, wait. You chilling with some of your simp friends, your simp friends like, yeah, man, love bomb that chick, yo. Yeah, love bomb her, man. You know what I mean? Like, do get a world to her. You ain't gotta expect nothing back. Like, as long as you get some vagina every now and then, go ahead on love on your girl, man. Get her everything. Pedestalize that girl, man. Pedestalize her. She ain't even got she get all emotional with you and stuff. Say sorry, man. Like, don't be all try to be macho. Don't try to be macho, man. Like, go ahead and be vulnerable to your girl, man. Express your feelings to her, man. You could go ahead and cry in front of a woman. It's okay for you to cry. It's okay for the woman to make some decisions sometimes, man. It's okay. All them simp people with their simpish minds and feminine mindsets, you'll hear that. And you can be indoctrinated by that filth, by those lies, right? But then there's a book you can go to, and it says, man was not created from the woman, but the woman from the man. Neither was man created for her, but the woman for the man. The woman was created as a helpmate. The man was not created in that same opposite way for her, right? The woman was created to be led by the man. Right? So take some notes and man, this is crazy. But Jesse Lee Peterson, good job. Let me see if I got any other verses in my notes that's good that we can go over. We got let's see here. Okay, here's another one. Ephesians 5 chapter 5 verse 22 to 33 it says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. Okay, think about that. Wives, submit yourself as you do unto the Lord. What does this mean as it's saying, wives, submit as you do? As you do unto the Lord, this is saying that, well, the man is essentially your Lord on earth. On earth. The man is essentially your Lord on earth. Let's continue on with this. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Look at that. So the way Christ, think about this, right? It's very clear here that creates the order. It's very masculine. It's not simping. It's not pedestalizing the woman. It's not any of that. But as we keep reading, you'll see certain things, right? The woman's duty in Ephesians is saying, submit to your man, as Christ submits to the church, right? So submit to your man. Basically saying submit to your man as you would submit to the Lord, insinuating that the man, as it is on earth, is your Lord. So the directions is clear. Follow your man. The duties is very simple. There's not many duties on a woman. Now watch when we continue on. There's so much more duties for the man, because we're not just going to speak about women. We're going to speak about men too. There's simple duties for the woman. He ain't got much to do. If you submit to your man and your man is submitting to Christ, then that's you good. That's all you really much got to worry about. follow your man. But now let's speak about the husband. So now we're at Corinthians verse 25. Husbands, here we go, chat. Love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy. Cleansing her by the washing with water through the word. So cleanse your life and by washing her with the water of the word. So, speak the gospel, read the Bible, give her this scripture. You're the one that's teaching the woman. So it's saying lead the woman by the word of God. Then it continues on to say, and to present her to himself as a radiant church without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. So that's a task that that's a duty that God is, that men have to uphold to his wife. It continues on. It's a lot more. The woman's duty, simple. Submit to your man. And women like to complain too. Always like, I got to do this. No, you got one duty. Just submit to me and that's it. Shut up. Now, the man, the duties for the man is more. Let me continue on. So now we're at, because I'm reading here. Let me make sure my camera is good. Okay. Yeah, let's put it on this angle. All right. Let me continue reading for you guys. Where are we at? So now we're at still Ephesians and we're at verse 28. It says, in this same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. Love your wives as your own body. He who loves his wife loves himself. Dag. Okay. Let's continue on. After all, no one ever hated their own body, true, but they feed and care for their body, just as Christ does to the church. So it's more like it's the things that the duties that a man has, he's essentially saying, listen, no, you love your woman like you love yourself. You protect and you provide for your woman. It goes on. Let me just keep reading so you guys could even see more. All right, now we're at verse 30. For we are members of his body. Okay. Verse 31. For the reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. Yep. This is a profound mystery, but I am talking about Christ and the church. Okay. No, that was just a little thing. However, each one must also love. Okay. Is that part of the verse? This is a profound mystery, but I am talking about Christ and the church. Verse 33, however, each one of you also must love his wife as he loves himself. Okay, still going. And the wife must respect her husband. Oh, God dang. And then it puts even more on the wife. I mean, if she's following her, really it's two duties that the women have when it comes to their husband. Submit to your husband, and submit to your husband and love your husband as you would submit and love the Lord. So basically, your husband is your Lord on earth. And then it also says respect your husband. So two things. But there's so many requirements for the man. That's like deep too. It has deep meaning, which, I mean, it'd take some time to unpack. But if we could just do it fast, it essentially says like, bro, you love your wife like you love you. Like just the same way you love your body, the same way you want to take care of things, you take care of your wife. You protect and provide for her. You take a bullet for her. It's saying all of these things, right? But you only do this if she's following your lead. If she's submitting to you as she submits to the Lord, that's when you do this. If not, man, you're going to be cruising for a bruising, because there's many verses in the Bible that says, listen, you better off sleeping in the roof of your house than dealing with a quarrelsome woman. There's many verses like that too. All right, let's continue on. Shout out to Jesse Lee Peterson. Whoever sent me this clip, a good clip. All right, now let's get to the main event stuff. I do believe that we have. Yes, we are on the main event. So first we're going to react to, I'm going to get Tyler Perry out the way. Going to react to that. Got a clip here for you guys that we're going to react to. All right, let's go ahead and make this different. Let's do that like, nope, let's do this. Maybe we can make this a little bit bigger. Check out the dynamics real quick. All right, nope. Nah, that looks stupid. Nope, that looks stupid. Nope. All right, I think I like this. Let's do it this way. Okay, cool. Let me get to the chats, because we did have a few chats come in while I was going on that rant and reading that scripture. While I was reading that scripture. All right, we got, let's see. We got. And get the likes up too, man. Y'all getting this work today. We got Word Unbox, sends in $2. Shapeshifters. Shape-shifties. Yo, that's a... Shape-shifties. I mean, I did hear that one before. But that's a good... Now, we need something more, something more derogatory. We need, like... Black people call white people crackers type. You know what I mean? White people calling black people the N-word. Like, we need something like that. Let's keep going. We're going to figure out a word for them. All right, we got JB93, since it's $5. Let's call them Joannas. Big ups to you, Cooley. Been here since day one. I appreciate the love, man. Joannas. Joanna, man. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. But they going to catch on to that. We need something where it's like, they're going to have to try to figure it out. Like, we need a word that the internet is going to have a hard time, like, wait, what they talking about? Ah, dang, word. Like, we need something like that. So, yeah. But that's a good one. I'm not hating on it. I do like the Joannas. And I do like the Shape-shifties, too. Shape-shifties that's funny. It's type wild, but it's funny at the same time, too. All right, we got Word Unbox, this is $5. Trans slurs to come up in the category GBs, godless beings, okay? We got AHVs, attention hungry victims. Okay. We got DOB, demonic overtaken beings. We got TEI, the easily influenced. I kind of like TEI kind of hard. But the whole TEI is going to have to stand for a lot of things that's easily influenced, but I do like TEI. Wait, let me see what else you said. You said godless beings. GBs. GBs kind of hard. Hey, listen. GBs kind of hard. Oh, you see man, there was some GBs over there. We ain't going over there no more. Word Unbox, I may like GBs. Brad, I didn't see the GB. I had to, get my kid up out of there. I didn't want my kids seeing them GBs. I didn't want my kids seeing the GBs. I had to get on up out of that place. That could be good because it would make people think like, wait, what's a GB? What's a GB? And it sound kind of hard too, like the people in the hood to pick it up, right? Nigga, we ain't down with them GBs, dog. You know what I mean? All the people in Chicago like, oh, you from O Block? You from O Block, nigga? What? Nah, what? GBs? What? Nah, he ain't mess with them. He ain't mess with them GBs, bruh. So I do like that. I do like that one. We could definitely convince the black community to pick it up. They gonna be like, that's type hard. Godless beans. Okay, we got Word Unboxing Institute. I said, hey, GBs for the win. Yeah, man, GBs for the win, bro. GBs is type fire. I ain't gonna hold you. We can call a lot of things GBs, though. That's the thing. We can call a lot of things GBs, And we're going to have to hold that down here on No Fugazi. When I say GBs, it can refer to, let's just keep it 100. What it can refer to the whole LGBTQ plus, right? It can refer to them slurs, them 304s. It can refer to them chicks that's on the OnlyFans, that's basically prostituting, you know what I mean, selling that thing. It can refer to any godless beings. So, we definitely gonna hold that down here on No Fugazi Podcast. Shout out to you. Give you a couple No Fugazis.
No Fugazi.
Okay, cool. Let's continue on. You know what? Nah, let me mess with my radius real quick. Why is it looking like that? I need that. Okay, let me do black background. This blue background trash. Big trash. Where am I drawing at? Okay. That looks stupid. All right, that's better. Okay, let's. So now we're going to be reacting to the Tyler Perry clip. Let's get right into it.
Now, actor and filmmaker Tyler Perry sued for $260 million over sexual harassment allegations. The complaint filed in Los Angeles accuses Perry of creating a, quote, coercive, sexually exploitative dynamic with actor Derek Dixon. Dixon was in 2 of Tyler Perry's shows, The Oval and Ruthless. In a statement to NBC News, Perry's team says this appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, calling the allegations fabricated claims. Let's bring in NBC.
Okay, so far what you just heard was Tyler Perry was accused of sexual harassment, sexual assault, right? But from another man. So yeah, Tyler Perry is, if they're accusations, and it's not to say like, once someone makes an accusation of another man claiming that you tried to sexually touch him, that it could be false. And we can say that, well, allegedly, Tyler Perry may not be gay, allegedly, but we know that homie is most likely gay, right? Because nothing has been confirmed yet, but we can say allegedly homie is, he's gay. Okay, so let's just do some quick background on Tyler Perry for you guys. So Tyler Perry, let's pull up his Wikipedia. For the people that's not familiar with Tyler Perry, okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Actually, no, I'm not going to share my screen with this. So I'm just on Google right now. So Tyler Perry, 55 years old. His net worth is $1.4 billion as of 2025 Forbes list. So he's worth $1.4 billion. He is a billionaire, right? Tyler Perry did many movies. Let's go ahead and bring up a list of Tyler Perry movies just so I could speak it with you guys. So he's done The Medea Woman. He's also was part of, or he was in what Tyler Perry movies? Okay, he was in Don't Look Up, which was on Netflix. He was in Paw Patrol movie. Oh, god dang, my son watches Paw Patrol. Guess he can't watch it no more. He was in Those Who Wish Me Dead with Angelina Jolie. He done many Medea movies. What else was he in? He was in Vice in 2018. He was also in another cartoon where he was just the voice behind the scenes. Let me see what else. So Tyler Perry, he did many, many movies. He produced many movies. He has a big studio called Tyler Perry Studios. So yeah, homie is out there getting to the bag. And he's getting to the bag in a way where he's dressing like a woman. So is he getting to the bag in a way that I would be, that any way that I would do? No, I'm not getting to the bag like that, right? So that's Tyler Perry. Let me go ahead and continue to play this video. Now, the man that's suing him, I believe that he's suing him for like 26 million or 260 million, something crazy, a huge number. But let's continue on.
Stephen Romo, who's following this. Stephen, what more do we know about the allegations here?
Yeah, Tom, just going through those allegations in this lawsuit seeking $260 million in
$260 million. That's crazy. Let's continue on.
Damages alleging sexual harassment, assault, retaliation as well. The direct details include inappropriate touching. As you mentioned, Dixon starred in the Oval with Tyler Perry, and he released, we got this statement from inside the complaint. Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to molest, abuse, and sexually assault impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams.
Okay, so yeah, this is like another Me Too movement thing that's going on. They're accusing Tyler Perry of sexual harassment, sexual assault, and it's not just it's not just this one guy that's coming out. It's multiple other individuals that maybe worked under Tyler Perry or worked with Tyler Perry. We're not sure if the other accusers are more men or if it's women. But yeah, it seems like this whole Me Too movement is coming after Tyler Perry. So look, no one here is safe when it comes to the feminine organization of Me Too and how they organize around, viewing men as the oppressor class and women as the oppressed class or the vulnerable class, or anyone with power and someone that has less power. They tend to view that, there can be a bit of oppression there because you have more power. So what are you doing with your power, right? So that's the agenda behind the Me Too movement. It is to destroy the patriarchy on all fronts. Even if someone is homosexual, it's still like, wait, there's power there. You're a man. You're in position of power. Why is it never like women with power being destroyed by the Me Too? Yeah, curious, right? Well, the reason being is because they're trying to destroy the patriarchal power. Matriarchal powers, they're all for that. They probably put a blind eye to it, like, we don't know, nothing's going on here. So let's continue on.
So you can read from that, this implies there are more people who are alleging this than just Dixon. We have a bit of a timeline here for the relationship that we know, the professional relationship between these two men and the allegations made in this complaint, saying that they met in 2019. The lawsuit alleges that then their relationship moved forward with this professional advancement. And in 2019, Perry offering Dixon a small role in Ruthless. And then in January 2020, that is when Dixon accuses Perry of sexually assaulting him in his home. And then the following month, Dixon alleges that Perry offered him a series regular role in the Oval. Now, we do have comment from Tyler Perry's attorney.
So, yeah, like Tyler Perry offered him a role after the sexual assault thing. Well, did he take that role? So, these are allegations. We don't know if this is true at all. What we do know that most likely Tyler Perry is gay, right? He's gay. But as far as him actually sexually assaulting someone and sexually harassing someone, there's no proof there. So in my eyes, Tyler Perry, even though he's a homosexual, he's still innocent until proven guilty, because we cannot believe this Me Too agenda. It'd be a bunch of lies to get to the bag. Homie is worth $1.4 billion, and the dude that's suing him is trying to sue him for $260 million. God dang, that's a whole lot of money that you're trying to sue for. And you're not claiming like grape or anything. we're going to get down to maybe what they're going to say, what the claims are, but let's continue on.
Attorneys saying that this individual appears to have been setting Tyler Perry up. They say that they are alleging that this is a scam and saying, quote, Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail.
Yeah, it could definitely be a scam, and they're just trying to, find a loophole to get to his coins, right? To get to his money. And, that's the thing, man. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're a true sexual deviant and indulging in, immoral behavior like Tyler Perry and other people. That doesn't matter. If you are a man of status or power, they will try to destroy you. That's the agenda for the Me Too movement. Now, it's not to say that are there some things that, men do some grimy things and abuse their power and try to take advantage of, women and men? For sure. We know that happens. We know that happens. But yeah, we still need proof, though. And that's the thing about masculinity. That's the thing about manhood. We don't just believe things. We're very non-agreeable. We need some type of proof. Like, I'm going to believe that because especially if something that a woman said, or especially something that another gay man said. Well, even if a heterosexual man said it, well, yeah, all human beings are capable of lying. Where's your proof? So that's the thing. Like sometimes they'll do this and it'll be a complete fabrication, but they know that claims like this can ruin a man's reputation, right? It can ruin the man's reputation, which if it's ruining his reputation, it can ruin his bag, right? Because if people think these evil things about Tyler Perry, and I'm not for Tyler Perry. I don't watch any of his movies. I'm not in support of Tyler Perry at all. Never watch his movies. I don't like the way he act. I don't like the way he talk. I don't like anything about him. He's feminine, right? And I think he's gay. But within that, I'm not a fan of him, but I'm still not naive. And, I can be rational and say that even though this man isn't my cup of tea as far as what he's doing, I can still be rational here and say, well, we don't know if these claims are true, right? So let's continue on.
Now, we've also reached out to the attorney for Dixon, and he said that these allegations in the lawsuit stand for themselves. So just the very beginning of this process, but a lot of people are paying attention to this. Tyler Perry, quite successful, quite a bit of fame here, Tom.
Yeah, it will get a lot of attention. Stephen Romo, thank you.
We thank you for watching, and remember.
Okay, that's that clip. All right. So yeah, that's basically my take on it. We need more proof. We don't know. Let's bring up, we got some text messages that was exposed from this situation. So let me go ahead and bring that up. This was on Hollywood Unlocked in the Shade Room. This was all over social media of his accuser, this Dixon guy, pretty much put up some text messages of Tyler Perry like flirting with him or something. It's some gay stuff, but we'll get through it real quick since we're reacting to it. Let me go ahead and make this bigger on my end. Let's do that. All right. So here we go. Says alleged text messages between Tyler Perry and the Oval actor Derek Dixon revealed sexual harassment and sexual assault allegations. So, let's see if we can see where there's like some sexual harassment from viewing these texts. Okay, so we got Tyler Perry. So obviously this is a picture of Tyler Perry that Tyler Perry sent to Derek Dixon. And Dixon replies to that. Let's see here. And says, okay, is these text messages released? Okay, let me make sure this is coming from Dixon or coming from Tyler Perry. Okay. We can maybe just read on. It looks like since the name up here is Tyler Perry in a message, this is Dixon's phone, Derek Dixon's phone, yes. So Tyler Perry went ahead and sent this flick to Dixon of him in the water holding. It's so gay. That's how you know he's gay. Look how he's standing as a man holding on to it's super gay, bro. Like, why are you holding on to the bike like that? It's just weird stance, and his hand is out. Like, if you're like, the arm is in and the hand is out. I'm like scrolling, pointing to it. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but like, if this arm right here is in, like shoulder in, but your hand is out like that, gay. And then when you like, your hip right here is like poked out a little bit and the other leg up and you like holding on, gay. So yeah, the pose is gay anyway, but it looks like the Derek Dixon said, nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm. Then Tyler Perry says, nice picture, question. Then the guy says, great, amazing, awesome picture, okay? And then Tyler Perry says, you don't see that stud in that nice picture? Rude, okay. So yeah, he's definitely flirting with Derek Dixon. This is definitely some gay flirting going on. What the freak? I don't even know if I want to read all of these freaking gay text messages. But anyways, it's normal right now. No sexual harassment, no anything like that. Let's continue on. And it's crazy how gay people, the way they communicate, homosexuals, the way they communicate, it's like one is the man and one plays the man role and one plays the woman role. It's filthy behavior. Okay, then he has, I can call you later or tomorrow sometime. Okay, then Tyler Perry says, you have a really fresh voice. So this is after they spoke. Tyler Perry says, you have a really fresh voice and take on things. I don't know where things is going, but laughed the entire time. I could see the world in the characters. Okay. Got it. So he says, my exclusivity ends in 30 days. Not really sure what that means. I want to take losing it out to Amazon or Netflix after. Okay, they're speaking about. So it seems like they had a conversation, Derek Dixon and Tyler Perry, about. Seems like Derek Dixon pitched him like a movie idea or script or something like that, and Tyler Perry is saying, yeah, you have. A nice voice, which is gay, but then he's also claiming like, the characters, like he can picture the characters based off of what he was saying. And he's pretty much saying like he could pitch, maybe the ideas to Amazon or Netflix. Okay, cool. But I also want to try to the audience. Okay, so this is all normal stuff. There's no, flirting or there's no sexual assault or anything that's in these text messages, right? This is just showing, gay people. Then Tyler Perry says, what is going to take for you to have guiltless sex? What the heck? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? Okay, so it seems like they've been communicating about a relationship that Derek Dixon has with someone else. I guess he's, insinuating that, Derek Dixon should go to some therapy. So they're having some personal conversations. Then Derek Dixon says, giving up my religious guilt. Yeah, look at that. You know what you're doing is wrong. You know homosexual sex is immoral, but you're still indulging in it. And he says, giving up my religious guilt. Listen, man, you're going to feel guilty forever because you know that is wrong. Just like we all feel this like guilt when we lie. It's like that. Like we all have this natural reaction. Like when we say a lie, and even if it's a lie to like coddle someone's feelings, or even if it's a lie for us to like not deal with consequences, whenever we tell a lie, it's like, ugh. It's like, this is how you know you're not far gone. When you still feel guilt for your immoral acts and immoral behaviors, that's when you know you're not far gone. You still have a chance to repent and, be forgiven and ask God for forgiveness and stuff like that and change your ways. That's when you have it's there. You can still change your behaviors and your evil ways when you feel guilt. The thing is when you don't feel guilt and you don't feel any shame, well, it gets a little rocky there, because if you're not feeling any guilt or any shame, then where's the motive to find Jesus and repent. There's no motive. You think that what you're doing is totally normal. And there's levels to it. There's people that get to that level, and what we call them, GBs. GBs. We call them GBs over here on this side of the internet. Okay, so far, you know, no sexual harassment, no, you know, well, let's read what Tyler Perry said. You can behave freedom from, you can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. Oh man, what? Tyler Perry, he's a true GB. True GB. Homie is a true GB out here, bro. Like, he's a true GB. And you know, we are in moral warfare. What I tell you guys, chat, we are in moral warfare. Now, we know that there's war going on in Ukraine, you know, war going on with Iran and Israel. We know that there's actual tangible war. But even if you think about those wars, when you peel the layer back, it is a moral war, because what Ukraine believes in and Russia believes in, two totally different things, right? What's on their agenda is two totally different things. And a lot of things is rooted into morality. But when it comes to Israel and Iran, we know that those are two different religions, right? And those religions have opposing views that's based in morality, different morality, right? So even with those wars, it's a moral war. But when we're speaking about, you know, what's going on in everyday life, you have a man, Derek Dixon, that's literally saying, like, I'm trying to give up my religious guilt, but seems that he's having a hard time. He says becoming a Buddhist. But then you got Tyler Perry, worth $1.4 billion, saying to him, trying to convince him. You know why he's trying to convince him? Because he wants to do anal sex with him, because he's gay, all because he's seeking pleasure, right? You're in this hedonistic mind state that when someone is trying to do the right thing and not indulge in gay sex, you're trying to say, well, listen, you can still engage in gay sex without religious guilt and still believe in Christ. You're just going to lie to him like that because you want his booty hole? God dang. Them GBs, bro, you cannot trust them GBs. You can't trust them. Can't trust them. They're evil. Evil. All right, what else is said here? Dan, that's a lot of messages. Let me skim through this. Y'all can read it too with me here. Yeah, it's big enough for y'all to read too. Let's see if we see anything that's, you know, sexual harassment. No sexual harassment. More gay stuff. Tyler Perry, he's super gay, bro. Yeah. It's nothing. There's no sexual. So we got some text messages, but the text messages don't show anything but them having gay conversation. That's all it is. So far, Tyler Perry, there's no proof against Tyler Perry. There's just accusations. There's just some currently right now without any proof. They have the burden of proof. They have to prove that these claims that they're making is true. So far, they're false allegations until they're actually proven to be true, because even with the screenshots from Derek Dixon's phone, nothing in there is actually sexual harassment. Those are just gay conversations, bro. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and stop sharing that and put it on the big screen. Big screen. Y'all in the comments is funny. Okay, let me go ahead and close down the Facebook stream. Everybody on Facebook, if you're tuned in right now, come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube right now. We are closing out the Facebook stream now. All right, So Facebook stream has been closed. And now let's get into the other clip that I have in store for you guys. And it's going to be the Pastor Jamal Bryant clip. And you know what? Let me go to let's go over to Cam Newton's channel real quick. Because I have a clip pulled up, but let me see what else we got. Cam Newton. All right. Okay, when did he interview this guy? Was it a live interview? 1 second here, chat. Just trying to see if I can. All right, forget this. Let me just pull up the clip that I already have for you guys here. It'd be much faster anyway. All right, here we go. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, that's good. All right, so the black on black deception. Let's see what he says.
Like a white man to tell me, he says, how is it when a black man kill a black man, it's not really outrage?
Yeah.
But when a white man kills a black man, it's going to start a riot.
The American media has manipulated the narrative of crime. Black on black crime.
So let's stop it there. So here we're going to interject and make stops because I'm not sure if, Cam Newton has a copyrights restrictions on this. But anyways, so he says, pretty much saying that that's untrue because the media has manipulated us to believe that there is black on black crime, but why don't we ever hear that there is white on white crime? We have to say who runs media. Most of the media platforms are ran by liberals, the Democrats, right? And he is a Democrat. He is a liberal. I do believe. So currently, all right. So if the media is manipulating, us to believe in black on black crime, but we just can't see that with our own eyes. And it's not to say that we don't think that there is white on white crime. We know white people do many crimes. So far, his answer to Cam Newton's question is just a diversion. He's creating a diversion. He didn't answer or give a perspective based off of what Cam Newton said. He created a diversion to divert into what he wants to speak about. So let's continue on.
Crime is a made up thing. You have never heard white on white crime. Never heard the Asian.
And then he's saying that it's a made up thing. That is a lie. It's not made up because there is black on black crime. There's white on white crime. I don't think that there's Asian on Asian crime in America. I don't think that there's Indian on Indian crime in America. Now, are there maybe some domestic violence crimes and stuff like that, but not on mass levels like there is black on black crime and white on white crime. Are there crimes with the Hispanics? Yeah, I'm sure, there's some gangs there and some crime there, but it's not as potent and as, pretty much we can say like almost normal now as it is with black on black and white on white crime. So no, there's all different type of crimes with ethnicities. And then we can say, forget about the ethnicities. We can say that there's American crime. We can say all of these things and all of these things will be true, but he's saying that it is not true, which is a lie.
Asian on Asian crime. They have tried to fraction and compartmentalize us to feel as if we're the crime is where we are.
Go ahead.
The lead murderers in America are white men. The lead robbers in America are white men. The largest amount of rapists are white men. The highest number of domestic abusers is white men. The highest number of arrested pedophiles is white men. The greatest number of drug dealers arrested is white men. But if you ask the average American who are the proponents of crime, is a black face to it. They're now trying to create this.
So what he said there isn't necessarily untrue, right? But it lacks context. And the reason why white people in some of those areas that he named has more crime, because there's more white people. I believe that white people is still around like 60% of the population, or around 50 something to 60% of the population. But black people are 12 to 13% of the population. And let's just bring it up so you guys see that I'm not lying, right? Let's just go ahead and bring up Google. So here we go. Let's just go ahead and Google this. So I'll share my screen here, and we'll go back to this clip. Let's go ahead and replace the sharing with Google, and we're going to go here. Okay, so now you guys see Google, but let me make myself smaller so you can actually go ahead and read Google. So Google shows that in 2019, Black Americans made up 12.2% of America's population. However, they accounted for 26.6% of total arrest. Okay, this percentage is even higher for certain crimes, right? So here's when we break things down, because he's just giving an overview. He's not speaking about like the percentage of black people versus what percent of certain crimes that they are actually committing overall. So out of all murder arrests, 51.2% of black people. Now, once again, let's be real here. They're speaking about arrest, right? Now, we do know that, you know, black people do get arrested at a higher rate. So we do know that to be true. We do know that, you know, things aren't always, you know, it isn't equal in America, bro. There's still, you know, racism to an extent, or we can say biases within the courts and things on how they perceive black men versus how they perceive white men, because there is truth out there. A black person can do the crime and versus a white person can do the crime. And there's statistics out there that the black person normally gets more time. So same crime, white versus black person gets more time. We do know that part tends to be true, but nevertheless, it still shows that black people are still, let's say, breaking the law at a higher rate than white people. That is the truth. They're less percent of the population, but they're still breaking the law at a higher rate than white people because the percentage is so low. So let's just read here. 51.2% of murder arrests, black people. 52.7% of robberies arrests, black people. 28.8% of burglary arrests, black people. 28.6% of motor vehicle theft arrests, black people. 42.2% of prostitution arrests, black people. God dang them pimps out there. We got 26.1% of drug arrests, black people. Okay, so now I'm going to bring up another stat for you as well that comes from a source here as well, so we can just dive into this. And it is from the FBI, but let me go ahead and replace this and share this with you guys. So this gives some more detailed information. And I know you guys are saying like, well, it's from 2019. I could probably find something a little bit more recent, but normally this is how, you know, things go. They calculate it from back then. And all crime, ever since COVID, I believe, crimes overall has went down. So this is prior to COVID, which can give us a more, kind of a better idea of what's going on. I would believe. So here we go. So as you see here, we got the total column. You got the whites, you got the blacks, you got the natives, or Alaska natives. You got the Asians, you got the, and then you got the Hawaiians, okay, the Pacific Islanders. All right, cool. So with grape, okay, well, white people definitely grape more. But look at black people. So even when you look at this, right, so let's see what's the population of white people real quick in America. What is the population of white people? What percent is the population of? What percent of the is white? 59.3%. Okay, so 59.3% of the population is white. 18.9% of the population in America is Hispanic or Latino, and 12.6% of the population in America is black. Okay, and this shows estimates from 2019 to 2021. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much a general idea of the percentages of the population. So let's see. Look at this stat of grape. White people out there graping a whole lot. You got 11,588 cases. Okay. Then we got, for blacks, we got 4,427. But if you think about this, white people are a much larger percentage, 59% versus 12%. But it's like, so at the rate, if we look at the rate, if you guys know how to do math, the rate will be higher. So this guy, if we go back here, right, and look at all these stats, you guys could take a screenshot if you want. Now let me share the other screen and go back here, because rates are important. Rates is when you get the real information, because we are speaking about the percentages of the populations are different. So of course, white people are going to do more of the crimes, and, because it's just more white people. So let me go ahead and bring this back. All right. Go here. There we go. All right. So already what he's saying wasn't untrue, but it didn't give any context of it, right? And the context of all of this is, bro, black people do commit a lot of crimes for being a very small percentage of the population. So black people, they commit more crimes. The rate of crimes that they commit is at a higher rate than white people, right? White people overall commit more crimes because there's more white people, but black people do it at a higher rate. Get what I'm saying? So that's the part that you have to understand, because this guy is a dork and he can't understand that. So it's like when you're thinking about, well, it isn't the same, because what he tried to paint the picture, he tried to paint the picture like the media is skewing things and trying to say, black on black crime, but they never speak about white on white crime. Well, the reason why black on black crime, we speak about it a lot, because it's prevalent, right? And it's happening at a higher rate. That's why. All right. And it's not to excuse, like, it is so stupid when you think about this. It's like, all right, well, like, manipulation happens when you focus on the cause instead of getting to the root. Niggas already committed the crime, right? They already committed it. Let's try to have a conversation so we can get people to avoid from committing crimes. Get people to stop committing all of these robberies, gang violence, graping, and all of this other type of stuff. How can we get people to stop doing that? And how we get the black community and even the white community, all communities, once again, what did I say? We are in a moral war. We have to change the morality that's in America, right? We live in a secular country where, bruh, it's like, hey, get it how you gonna get it. Pleasure seeking, be a hedonist, seek materialistic things rather than seeking virtues. There's many things that we can reform in our culture that would reform the rate of black people and white people going to prison, right? Influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. So obviously, black people are committing these crimes and white people, all races are committing crimes. Obviously, people in general are committing crimes is because they was influenced to think, right, something, and then they took action on it. So they were influenced to have the want to break the law, the want to commit a crime, the want to, do immoral acts, right? So if we change the way the morality of the culture, because I always like to say, so like, usually how things work is theology influence culture and culture influence politics. So it's theology, culture follows theology, and politics follows the culture. That's, I would say in the early 1900s, that's how it was. And generally in world history, that's normally how it was. But then we're at the point, and there's many times in history where it gets to the point where there's no longer a theology, isn't informing culture, and culture isn't informing politics. Now it's the culture is, instead of theology and moral beliefs and stuff like that, that's no longer informing the culture. Now it's like politics is informing the culture or culture is informing the politics, right? Theology is out of the window. Like people, like they're not being influenced by, biblical scriptures and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, what? Like the church doesn't have as much power as it used to have, right? They still got some power, but doesn't have as much power as it used to have. So what this did was it just inverted everything. So like the order of things, theology informs culture, culture informs politics. Now it's backwards. Politics informs culture, culture informs theology. This is why you see LGBTQ plus flags in church. This is why you see all of this gay acceptance and all of these immoral behaviors being accepted in churches. This is why in the Jordan Peterson video that we watched, the man, right? The man that's supposed to be the head of his wife is no longer the head of his wife. And that was a pastor, right? That the pastor is not a head of his wife. The wife is a head of the pastor. So everything is backwards now. And that's what happens when theology does not inform culture and politics. It's all backwards. So that's just some education for you guys of, what I see happening. All right, let's continue on with this clip.
Narrative that the immigrants are bringing in the crime because they never want to own up to what it is that they have done. Part of our responsibility is to pull the sheets off. We had a shooting here in Georgia not long ago. A young man named Colt, 14 years old, went and shot up his high school. His father's now being charged. Can you imagine what conversation me and you would be having if Colt was black and Colt's black father gave him a gun? The television, the internet would explode on the irresponsibility of black fathers, on why it is that young black men have guns. And
the crazy thing is, he's like so low IQ, and this is a pastor. He doesn't know how to think. So we know that shame does change behavior. Shame is a motivator to hold up a mirror in front of your face and say, hey, this is bad. You should change. So like, why complain about media shining a light on the immoral behaviors of black people? Go ahead and shine that light. The thing is, this light has been shined, as he confirmed, but we're still not changing our behaviors as a people. right? This means that the immoralities is rooted very deep inside the culture, and it's rotting us, it's decaying the culture. So within this, he's looking at it like, well, the media should complain about white crimes. Why complain about black crimes? Well, crimes is immoral. You're a pastor. Go ahead and shine that negative light on these. Go ahead and shine that bright light of shame on black people. I don't want that to stop. Think about if it was, let's just think about this. There's more, black people commit more crimes. Well, we would say it's a higher rate of crimes than white people, but we're a much smaller population, and we keep on continuously committing crimes, even though there's media coverage that's shaming black people for this, and we're still committing all of these crimes. Let's take the media shame out of it, because that's what he's talking about. Think about how many more crimes it will be in a black community if the media didn't shed any light and shame this type of behavior. It'd be way more crime. So thank you, media. Go ahead and keep shining a bright light on crimes, on black, whites, Hispanics, and do it on all, because it's immoral to do bad things. And I'm not speaking about the innocent people. I do know people go to jail and are convicted of crimes that they didn't do. I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about the ones that's the evil people out there, the villains that's actually committing these horrible crimes. Go ahead and shine that bright light and, shame them, because shame is a motivator to change your behavior. It just is. And this pastor wants to go ahead and get rid of the shame. What? You sound stupid. All right, let's keep going.
Carrying guns. It has always shifted to make black men feel hyper-aggressive, hypersexual, and hyper-criminalized. It's part of a larger, historic, original sin of America that always criminalizes and points.
And he's claiming racism right now. That's what he's saying. Oh, the original sin of America, racism. And man, is America, we would say, is racism still going on in America? Yeah, that's never going to happen, brother. But it's like, it's the land. Why even speak about that? Where if you don't commit the crime, I mean, you don't do the time unless you've been falsely accused. And then, we got to go ahead and apply some pressures. This is why I'm not, with the whole Me Too movement and all of that, or with, these weak men or females with, evil motives to try to make false claims on men that they actually didn't do. That's not what I'm speaking about. But in regards to people that are actually committing crimes, nah. They need to actually do that time. Let's actually change the conversation and speak about what type of change we can have in our community, so black people aren't, out so, motivated to commit these crimes. And it streams from fatherless households. If we really want to speak about it here today on No Fugazee's podcast, it comes from fatherless homes. So single mother households, we all know the stats on this. It leads to degeneracy. It leads to juvenile delinquents and so on and so forth. So if we can change the relationships in the culture with fathers and mothers being in a home and raising kids and having a nuclear family, well, we would definitely see a decrease in crimes. That's one thing that we can change. So what we can do, we do know that influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. So what we can do is create some propaganda and put it out there in the media to shine a bright light on the nuclear family and how it's good for children and how it's good for society. Instead of shining a bright light of propaganda on LGBTQ, disgusting sexual deviant stuff, forget shining a light on that. Shine a bright light on the nuclear family. So they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that at all. But anyways, us as black people in black culture, we got to do that for ourselves. But you see in the media so far what the black culture owns, well, it's just all degenerate, bro. Not all, but most of it is degenerate. You got Tyler Perry, worth $1.4 billion. He has Tyler Perry Studios. He produced many movies out of that studio, but he's gay, and most of the movies that he produced is feminized, meaning that the woman is like the leader in the home and leads the man, and the man is like the bumbling idiot in most of his movies. Or it's him literally dressing up as a woman, but he's a man. Like, why don't you just get a real woman to play that role? Why are you always, dressing up as a drag queen? So I say all of that to say that our culture is very feminized. The black culture is very feminized. The black people, multimillionaires and billionaires that's in position to actually make change, like those people that have the finances to actually like influence the right things, like put out the right movies in Netflix, put out the right movies in the theater to influence our minds to believe in, to have some good morals. They just do the opposite. Most of the movies that Tyler Perry put out is pro-LGBTQ. You got men kissing on men holding. It's just stupid, bro. So I say that to say that the culture needs to have some reform. And once again, chat, it's a moral war. It's a moral war. Let me think. Do we have a black billionaire that's actually like not a Democrat and not like a liberal? All right, so besides Jordan actually may be like conservative type dude, and not a libtard, and not indoctrinated by feminism and the woke mind. Jordan may be the only one, but he just sit back and chill. He don't really do anything. He's not even in the spotlight. But we got Oprah Winfrey, full-on leftist, liberal, woke mind lunatic. We got Tyler Perry, billionaire, full-on leftist, woke mind, gay lunatic. P. Diddy, billionaire, homie out here doing some lot of just gay. All of them is freaking gay. It's either gay men or women. There's no like black billionaire that's a heterosexual man that's masculine, that's able to lead and be an example of what the black experience is. There's no billionaire like that. But guess what? There's many white billionaires. There's a lot of white billionaires that's out there, still rooted in, I think rooted in some moral beliefs, some moral ethics and stuff like that. Christianity or, the Jews and stuff, they have something that they're believing in and they're pushing some type of moral ethics out there. Well, maybe not them. They could be part of the GBs. But anyways, they could be part of the GBs because I've read a lot of stuff. They be pushing out a lot of LGBTQ propaganda too. So I don't know about that. But as far as the whites, there's many white billionaires that's masculine, that's conservative, that understands the order of things. God over man, man over woman, woman over children. You talk to a black billionaire, man over what? Man over woman? No, I don't think that, I don't like the way that sounds. Like over, what do you mean by over? Like he's better? The man is better? Like, what do you mean? Like, that's the response that you'll get from a freaking black person. I feel like smacking them. Shut up! Stupid. Soft boys. But anyways, you know what? I got another clip. Let's play this one real quick. This one is funny. Here we go. I got something for y'all. Y'all want to laugh? All right, so this is the same podcast, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, it's like the same one, or well, still his show. I think it's the same one. But let's see what goes on in this clip.
Pretty legs, man.
Oh, man.
And they lanolated.
Man, listen, I'm back working.
Wait, he said, bro, that pastor, see, this is why you got to know who you listening to. This pastor that you just heard speaking about all, black versus white and all of this type of stuff. He's talking about Cam Newton's legs. Man, look at them nice legs, man. They're laminated. They laminated, man. You got some good, nice laminated legs. Like, bro, you gay as heck, nigga. What are you talking about? Shut up.
You put shea butter, Jergens.
Oh, you see that?
They glow.
Yo, he's still talking about his. You put shea butter. They glowing. Oh man.
Glowing in the dark.
That nigga gay.
You got pretty.
That's one thing I like about black culture. Man, they quick to call out the gay stuff. Quick! White culture, y'all gotta adopt that. Y'all don't be that quick to point it out, and y'all don't do it in like a funny, spirited way. Look at that. Homie was saying mad gay stuff, then the gay song come on. That nigga gay. Like black culture, we have a whole thing about us too. Even though they try to feminize us, I will say this. The culture that started, the terminology that started in New York of pause is worldwide now. Homie, you doing something a little bit, pause. You even say something that sound that could be a little gay. Pause, bro, pause. So it's like, we aware of the whole gay agenda. So black people, we got to stand up and really go against this stuff. Not just sing the song and say pause. We got to like come together and make some reforms within our communities, within what we are watching. Like the reason why Tyler Perry shows do so much is because it appeals to women and women watch it. We got to get our women in check as black people. Like, listen, we don't watch that over here. Make that nigga go bankrupt quick. I'm about to start producing movies. My movie's gonna be crazy. Listen, man, you get me to produce a movie? Oh, man, it's over. It's over. Movie gonna start like this. The first scene that opens up. Ladies, the woman is gonna be in a kitchen. First scene. Look, the trailer is gonna be women barefoot in a kitchen cooking. And like, you know, like in other countries where they got like those big old like pots and they got like the shovel because they cooking so much food for the village. That's how my movie gonna start. The first part in the trailer is gonna be some dope music like like some mystery type music. I'm like, wait, what the freak is this? Why are these chicks in the kitchen cooking? What kind of food they cooking? You're like, dang, that must be good. You can probably smell it through the screen. Then after that scene, it's gonna switch into doing laundry. Right? And it's gonna switch into the chicks doing laundry. Taking them out, loading the laundry in, unloading the laundry, and then it's gonna switch to another scene that the man is gonna be pointing at the woman, giving the woman directions, like, and the woman's gonna be like. So next scene, the man pointing at the woman talking, and she's gonna be nodding her head, yes, master. Yes, master. So that's gonna be scene number 3, and then the title of it is gonna be How to Train Your Woman. The movie gonna be called How to Train Your Woman. You know, like How to Train Your Dragon, that cartoon? No, man. The movie that I produce is gonna be called How to Train Your Woman. I hopefully don't get canceled from this. We know one of these soy boys or leftists gonna clip this up like, oh, cool, he really wants to produce a movie like this. I mean, I was joking. I just made that up on the fly, but it sounds like it could be a good movie. Right? It could be a hit. You never know. Make a sandwich. Whoever said that in the chat, I seen that. I just peeped it now. All right, we got someone says, Cooley. Yo, in the chat, y'all funny. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Glenn Lawrence presents. He says, why does money make black men so gay? Bro, I don't know, man. Like niggas get money and just be like, oh, forget about vagina. What? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right, let's stop sharing this. All right, chat. That was it. I gave y'all a good 2-hour stream off the rip. I ain't even playing this. Get the likes up for me. Don't be a ninja watcher. Like the podcast now. like the podcast now. Let's get the likes up. Don't be a ninja watcher. We got hundreds of people in here. So, yeah, man, like the podcast. How many likes we got? Let's see. Okay, we had 115 likes. All right, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Y'all liking the video, but get the likes up even more. All right, so next stream. You know, I was going to stream tomorrow, but I went ahead and did this, so no stream tomorrow. I did just put out a clip. So if you want to tune into more of No Fugazi, go ahead and watch a clip that my editor just put out on the main channel. I'll show you guys. So if y'all still want to watch more, here's what you could do. So go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so go ahead and do this for me. Go to No Fugazi Pod. Just click on videos when you're on the main page, and this is the clip that we just put out. Bottle Girl and Stripper. Bottle Girl and Stripper say they only want traditional men. Coolly destroys them. Go ahead and check out this clip here. This is the most recent clip that we just put out 4 hours ago. Only got 1,000 views. So if all of you can go ahead and watch that, that'll be good. That'll help push that video in the algorithm. Don't just watch like a minute of it and click off of it because it's going to hurt the views. So go ahead and watch it. If you want to go ahead and tune into that, it's going to be a good one too. So we had a bottle girl and a stripper on the last full panel dating podcast that we did, that they were basically saying that they want traditional men, and they were actually saying that they're traditional themselves. We're like, what? You're a bottle girl and you're a stripper. How are you traditional? That don't even make any sense. And they want modern men. They want a protector and a provider. So I was cooking them. Ease was cooking too. And it was a good back and forth. So go ahead and watch that before you leave. And no, go ahead and watch that after you leave. But other than that, next stream is going to be on Sunday, live stream Sunday. And then next week, I may have a 1v1 debate with y'all with a feminist. So just trying to lock that in with y'all. And next week, we'll be streaming. So we got Sunday stream, then we'll be streaming on Tuesday, then on Thursday, and then I'll give you guys a full panel dating show next week on Friday. So my recruiter scheduled I think we scheduled like 50 girls, bro. So we should get at least 8 to show up. 50 is a lot. We got like 50 girls scheduled. So we should get 8. That's how it is, bro. Chicks be flaky. Chicks be flaky, man. You got to schedule so many to get a small percentage to show up. That's how it is. So the last episode, we had 6 girls on the panel, and we scheduled like 30. Meaning like 30 of them was like, yeah, I'm interested. Then my team replies back, it's all copy and paste messages to my team. Is like, okay, interested. Here's the details. Copy and paste. We follow up with them, everything. Okay, boom, boom, boom. They still say yes. And then it's a lot of no call, no shows, or it's just like, they make up excuses like, oh, can I reschedule? Can I push it back? Are you doing a show another day? So, man, that's the process of doing a full panel dating show, man. And especially in Pennsylvania. Like, I'm not in Miami. I'm not in Las Vegas. I'm not in LA and none of that. I'm in PA, bro. Like, it's different out here, man. But other than that, this podcast is No Fugazi. Go ahead and hit the like button before you go. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that bell icon, and we are out. Peace. And y'all see the suit too, man. Listen, new studio, new podcast by the spirit, not by the letter. Bro, we can go verse for verse all day long. Doing new things. Men are okay with understanding the reality that we are in competition with one another. But you ladies think that you're special. You are in competition. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. I'm about my business. So remember, I said, when I ask you these questions, I will dismantle your entire argument. That's the end of the debate, my dog.
I'm 39, but I don't look your typical 39.
Belly.
Yeah.
You look 39. It's okay, though. That man isn't intimidated by a woman like you. He's annoyed by a woman like you. Because a man doesn't want to date another man. He wants to date a woman.